Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know I'm AllCity with AllCityLiveTV.com, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking into predictions for the player ratings on NBA 2K22. The reason why we're looking into these player ratings is because we want to know at least get a little bit of advanced knowledge on what 2K deems some of the best players for NBA 2K22. So that way, we're not wasting our VC out there when we're trying to create player builds. Will we see a new number one overall player out there? Is LeBron James still the number one player in the world? This is what we're going to be looking into. We got the player rating predictions from NBA 2KW. So we're going to dig a little bit deeper into these player ratings. It says here NBA 2K22 player rating factors. They go on to say, obviously, stats matter a lot for player ratings. 2K dynamically adjusts and updates these player ratings throughout the season and after, largely based on basic and advanced stats and on player performance per skill. The accumulation of attributes that a player is skilled at matters, including defense. So basically, two-way players as well as all-around players like LeBron James will fare better than one-dimensional type players when it comes to overall rating. Now, we all know from playing 2K, you can't just base it solely on the overall rating, but this will help narrow it down. So if you're out there creating these weird type of builds that don't really work in the 2K22 gameplay mechanics, you may put yourself at a disadvantage, you and your team. So we want to make sure you guys avoid that. Let's take a closer look at these player ratings, what 2K has done for 2K21, and make an educated guess on what they're going to do for NBA 2K22. It says here, play at the very bottom, it says player performance. 2K is always monitoring how players perform in the NBA. And the NBA playoffs are no exception. How a player performs during the playoffs may influence his player rating for the next upcoming game. So take that into consideration when we saw Giannis going crazy in postseason play. So they're projecting that he was a 96 overall in 2K21. They're projecting that he's going to be a 98 overall in NBA 2K22 because of his playoff performance. So on the big stage, Giannis went crazy. They're more than likely going to increase his overall rating, which means that he's going to be an absolute animal out there. Now, what type of build do you guys consider Giannis to be? Now, we know NBA 2K22 gameplay is going to be tremendously different from NBA 2K21. At least that's what we're hoping for. If you guys look at this comment from Ronnie2K on Mike Wang's Instagram post, he says balancing between offense and defense. Goodbye rim runners. And I wanted to reference that comment because if Giannis gets a 98 overall for his player rating, then that means there's probably going to be like glass finisher builds out there, like the glass finisher build from 2K21. Even players, I'm talking about current gen 2K21, even some players that created a Giannis type of build for 2K21 on next gen were going crazy. So I don't think it's going to be like rim runners or rim running like in NBA 2K21 for next gen, but there's going to be particular builds that dominate in the paint. Defense is getting an overhaul for NBA 2K22, and a lot of people like to rim run, but rim running has never been as overpowered as it was in NBA 2K21, and they're definitely going to change that. So if you're going to create a glass cleaning finisher build, you got to keep in mind that your team is going to be limited in spreading the floor. Now, we don't know if screens are going to be dominant in NBA 2K22. That remains to be seen if we're going to go back to the screen and, rolling off the screen type of gameplay. We don't just yet know that, so we can't confirm what type of build to create, factoring in how the game is actually going to be played. But we do know Giannis is projected to be a 98 overall, and that leaves room for players like a glass cleaning finisher type of build or finisher builds in general, like from 2K20. I had a finisher build. I had the Laker fan finisher build. Shout out to Laker fan for providing us with that build, because that build was absolutely awesome in NBA 2K20. The glass cleaning finisher went crazy in NBA 2K21 current gen. LeBron James is projected to be a 97 overall. There's no difference there from 2K21. Steph Curry, the same. He's going to be a 97 overall. So it's looking like Giannis is going to be the new number one overall rated player for NBA NBA 2K22, or at least that's what they're projecting. You got Jokic, he's going to be a 97 overall. Kevin Durant projected to be a 96 overall. There's a difference with Jokic. His difference is a +1. They're projecting that they're going to increase his overall. And again, this was determined by what we reviewed in the beginning of this video, all those factors on how they determine the player rating. Kevin Durant projected to be a 96 overall. No difference there. Kawhi Leonard, no change in his overall from 2K21 to 2K22. He's projected to be a 96 overall. Luka Doncic is projected to be a 96 overall. That's a +2 difference in his overall rating from NBA 2K21. And that could determine the type of player that you create out there. If you want to create an offensive player, you might go in line with a Luka type of player. I'm personally guessing that two-way builds are going to be dominant this year. Defenders, lockdowns are going to be good players to create out there, but we always need shooting. So when you guys out there creating your build, please keep in mind that shooting is always going to be a huge factor when it comes to playing 2K. Always got to have space out there on the floor. You're going to want to create some space. Unless you're a big man setting screens out there, and screen gameplay is back for NBA 2K22, please create a player that can shoot and space the floor out there. You will not only help yourself, you will definitely help your teammates when you have a player that can stretch the floor. It's always a nuisance for a defense to spread out. A lot of players want to collapse into the paint and guard the 2 over the 3. So you want to be that player that's able to stretch the floor and still leave room for your ISO guard or your point guard in general to conduct the offense properly. So those are the overall player rating predictions for NBA 2K22. I hope this helped you guys narrow down what type of players to create for 2K22. We know that gameplay is going to be a lot more balanced in NBA 2K22. At least that's what Ronnie 2K and Mike Wang and the executive producer are touting for 2K22. We're hoping that they can implement this well and the gameplay mechanics go back to what we're used to, and it's not just offense heavy on NBA 2K22. Bring the balance back, bring defense back. We're looking forward to seeing the gameplay coming in late August. If you guys want to stay up to date on NBA 2K22 news, please consider joining our great gaming community on Discord. The link for Discord is going to be in the description below. It's also going to be the top pinned comment on this video. Don't forget, we go live every single day, so please be sure to come out and catch us live. We could continue this dialogue about player ratings or talk some more about NBA 2K22. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.